Hi guys! Today I'm reviewing the Capresso Infinity Burr grinder. It measures 10.5 inches tall, 5 inches wide, and 7 3/4 inch deep. It weighs about 3 pounds. The unit comes in this black, brushed silver, and stainless. It grinds at a slow speed so there's less heat buildup, and that should result in better tasting coffee. It's a 100-watt conical burr grinder with 16 settings, from Turkish fine to coarse. There are 4 fineness settings each, for extra fine, fine, medium, and coarse. The coarse grind is best for French press coffee makers and percolators. The medium grind is best for drip coffee makers and steam boiler espresso machines. Fine grind is best for espresso pump machines. Extra fine is best for Turkish coffee. You can experiment and use whatever grind works best for your coffee maker. Do not grind for more than 3 minutes in a row because the machine can heat up and that will affect the beans. This unit has solid steel conical burrs that crushes the beans uniformly, and a gear reduction motor to grind slowly and precisely. The unit comes with the base, clear bean container that holds 8.5 ounces of beans, bean container lid, ground coffee container that has a max line and holds 4 ounces of ground coffee. Don't fill above the max line because coffee can back up into the feeder channel and cause the motor to burn out. A small cleaning brush, measuring cup, and instruction manual. You can set the timer from 5 to 60 seconds. To use, line the black dot up on the container with the white part over here. It'll just drop in, and turn clockwise to whatever grind you want. The black dot will be lined up with your setting. The safety lock mechanism prevents the grinder from grinding without the bean container in place. The finer the grind, the longer it takes to grind. Also, if you're grinding in the finest setting, it's best to clean the grinding chamber before using again. The machine will only run when the dot is pointed to one of the settings. The machine will not run if the dot is pointing in this space. To start, turn the timer to any number. The machine will stop when the timer reaches 0. If you want to stop the machine at any time, just turn the bean container to the right past the coarsest setting and it will stop. The timer will run itself back to 0. If there's a lot of heat buildup during grinding, it's almost like the beans are getting roasted again. They're already roasted and they don't need to be exposed to any more heat. The Capresso grinds at a slower speed, so there's less heat buildup, and that should result in better tasting coffee. Let's grind some coffee. I plugged in the machine, the container is in place with the black dot on the container, matched up with the white part here. Make sure the ground coffee container is inserted correctly and all the way back. I'll pour in 1 cup of coffee beans. This is a medium to dark roast. Put the lid on. I'm going to use the fine setting. I'm using the fine setting because I'm going to make coffee in my AeroPress. I'll turn the timer to 6. There's our ground coffee. There was no coffee dust flying out at all as I pulled this container out, and that's a good thing. I hope you can see this. The coffee is ground really consistently and it's very uniform. It looks almost perfectly even. I've put the container back and I'm going to grind the rest of the beans at medium. The medium is great for a drip coffee maker. I'll turn the setting to 4. is also pretty uniform. And there was no dust as I pulled the container out of the machine. Definitely a medium grind. It's much coarser than the fine grind that I just processed. So there's our fine grind and there's the medium grind. They're both evenly ground. Burr grinders can cost several hundreds of dollars to over $1,000. This Capresso unit is a really good value at about $100. Now I'll use the fine grind to make my coffee. I'm using my AeroPress. It's one solid coffee puck, which is a good thing. I'll taste this. It's really smooth. I'm gonna add some water to make American coffee. It's very smooth. There's no bitterness. There's no bitter aftertaste. It's just a really good cup of coffee. This is probably one of the best cups of coffee that I've made at home. When you want to remove the container, make sure the black dot on the container matches up with this white part, and then pull straight up. There should be no coffee beans in the container when you remove it. As you can see, it's a good idea to clean the unit after grinding. Before cleaning, unplug the machine. The upper conical burr is removable for cleaning, but is not dishwasher safe. Use the brush to clean the upper and lower burr. You also want to check the feeder channel for buildup, and push anything here with the small brush into the container below. You'll have to clean more often if using dark oily beans rather than medium or light roast beans, because there may be more ground left under the top burr. The housing can be wiped down with a damp cloth and dried. I'm going to keep drinking this, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.